I've got, where am I? File, new document, and I'm going to save any of that. So with 2.2, we are going to use the expand function in our calculator. So what we do is before we type in any expression, we press our menu button. Under here, we've got actions, number, algebra, calculus, getting a little bit ahead of myself, calculus, probability, statistics, matrix and vector, finance, functions and programs. Now, we will actually use a lot of this later in other topics, but at the moment, we just need to use algebra. Now, in order to get to number 3, I can do one of two things. Let me scroll back up to here. I can either press my up and down arrows, that's wrong one, my up and down arrows, or I can just go and press the number 3 and it jumps automatically to the algebra submenu. Then I have to go down to expand. Again, I can either press the number 3 or I can move up and down. Once you get a little more familiar with your CAS, you'll be able to press menu 3 and type in your expression and have it solved for you. Now, what we are going to start with is expanding one bracket, a couple of basic terms. So, as you can see, the word expand is written there and the first bracket is open. I type in my expression is 3 open bracket a minus 4. If you're following the text, it's page 49. So it's 3 times open bracket a minus, now I'm not using the negative button, I'm using the minus button, 4, close bracket, and I've still got one that's grey rather than being black, so I close a second bracket. So I've done 3 multiplied by whatever's in the bracket and hit enter. I already know that 3 times a gives me 3a and 3 times negative 4 gives me negative 12. By hand, it probably would have been quicker, but this is just you guys getting some more experience at using this calculator. So 3a or 3 times a minus 12 is your answer. The second example is negative 4m, open bracket, 2m, take n plus 3, close bracket. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to press 3 to get there quickly. Then I'm going to use my negative button, not my minus, my negative, to put in my 4 times m. That's my first term. Then I'm going to multiply it by whatever's in the bracket. It needs to have a multiplication at the beginning of the bracket. I don't know why, I don't make the rules, it's just what CAS prefers. So we put in multiply and open our first bracket. Then we put in 2 times m, my first term, minus n, my second term, plus 3, my third term. Now I've still got 2 brackets to close. You can see the grey brackets at the end of it. I'll close my first one, I'll close my second one, and I will hit enter. It has gone. Now it doesn't matter that there's a minus at the front of it. How CAS works is that it tends to write things in alphabetical order. Not necessarily perfectly, but it sticks to how you put it in the first place. So we know that minus 4 times 2 gives us minus 8. Perfect. And m times m gives us m squared. Then we continue on. Minus 4. Now, in front of this minus n is an imaginary 1. So that's actually minus 4 times minus 1, giving us positive 4, and then m times n. For our third term, minus 4 times 3 gives us minus 12, and m times no other pronumeral still gives us m. Now, the last one, if you're one that can utilise your keyboard pretty quickly, you can actually type in the word expand. Not to confuse anybody, you can still keep going through the menu, which is actually pretty quick. But you can type in the word expand and put your first bracket there. Our last expression has 2 brackets in it. Sometimes it's easier to do it by CAS. It is possible still to do it by hand, but if you're looking at a question in an assessment that's worth 1 mark, you've only got 1 minute to solve it. Can you solve this in a minute? No, I'll use the CAS. Okay, so we have 2 times x is my first term. Then I'm multiplying it by what's in the first bracket, which, again, I'm still on page 49. 5 times y minus 3, closing that first bracket. Then I put in a subtraction sign and open the bracket. Now, because I don't have a number there, I don't have to put a multiplication sign in there. So 4 times x and plus y. Close the second bracket, close the main bracket. So I've got 2x multiplied by 5y minus 3, and I've got subtract 4x plus y in that second bracket. So I'm going to hit enter, and it has solved it all for me. So instead of having to figure out 2 times 5 is 10, x times y is xy, we've got that there. Then going 2x times negative 3 gives us negative 6x. Then I end up with another negative 4x. Once you go forth and simplify that, you'll find that equals negative 10x. The calculator's done it for you. It sort of skipped that 1 or 2 steps in the middle and gone from the beginning to the end. All right, so that is it for expanding and simplifying. Moving on to substituting in my next video. Thanks.